So the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller just came out, and I wanted to kind of do a quick kind of comparison between the Pro 2 controller and the Xbox Series X or S controller, which is interesting because they're both very similar, and I actually do like the way the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller kind of got upgraded. The Pro 1 controller felt very cheap. This one feels so much better, and I would say it's probably a little bit better in my opinion than the Xbox Series X or S controller. Now looking at the top, they're both relatively around the same size. With a battery, this is probably going to feel around the same weight as well. Looking around though, you can see from the front, they basically have the same type of layout, so nothing is really super different there. When we take a look at them from the top, this is where you're probably going to see a few more, maybe some stark differences. You can see that with the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller and with the controller at the very top, they're a little bit different. So the triggers are essentially the same thing, but with the sync button at the very top of the Xbox X controller, it's a little bit, more pronounced. It's a little bit not as in your face on the Pro controller. You have USB Type-C ports in the center of both. You have this another microphone or indicator light up here. But beyond both, they look fairly similar. I will say one advantage of the Series X, the Xbox controller, is that there's a little bit more like ruggedness going on for the triggers. It's actually kind of nice because it makes it feel a little bit like not as slippery, or it gives you more texture. The Pro controller is maybe not as textured, but it's still like pretty good. Both buttons feel pretty good when you click into them, but the Xbox controller, it seems very hollow, like there's so much travel when you have to click this button down, whereas in the Pro controller there's not as much travel. I actually do not like that much travel going on here because it feels like very clunky for some reason. Beyond both, they both have basically microphone ports at the bottom. You can see this one is not having this type of port, but still headphone jacks on both as well, which is kind of nice to have. On the back side, this is something that's also very interesting. So you can kind of see here, they both look, not too different from one another, but there's a stark difference, and there's advantages for both. With the Switch Pro controller, you actually do have these trigger buttons on the back. So this is actually really nice. The standard Xbox controller doesn't have it, but this is a nice thing to basically be able to go there and be able to click on these triggers. It's actually something that's really cool. On the flip side with the Xbox controller, slightly different. This one does actually give you the capability of replacing out your battery. So you can go through and put in batteries inside of the Xbox controller, and that is a really cool advantage there. Basically being able to go through and plug and play with some batteries in there is something that's actually really nice. Unfortunately with the Switch Pro controller you don't have it, but I would rather just have a rechargeable type of battery anyway, rather than probably having like the capability of switching out batteries, but you can also go through and buy a rechargeable battery for that as well. So I think so far I'm really liking the Switch Pro controller. I think the buttons and everything feel really, really good. And I actually do think this is like a really good size, even though they're roughly the same size. I like the texture of the Switch Pro controller. It feels very good. Whereas on the Xbox controller, I feel like with this one, it feels good. I like the way it looks and everything like that. I'm not a big fan of the triggers, the amount you have to click down, but I like the texture on them. I think that feels pretty cool. I love the texture in the background as well of these controllers right here, but I feel like my choice would probably end up being the Pro controller over the Xbox controller. So in terms of that, those are the differences. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.